All right, let me lower this because I think this is where the echo is coming from, but I'm not going to be able to. I can hear you faintly. You're the Holy Ghost now. That's beautiful. Wow. Dinner and a show, everyone. Because it was hear you. You cramp. Okay, here we go.
But now here comes the echo.
Yeah, you're a nightmare. I don't know why. Everything is an announcement. Justin is correct. We have a very big announcement. I'm processing your refund immediately. That'll come directly from Billy's account, so you can expect. How do I get off the screen? Oh, I'll just do this. Bye. Daniel, we have it together. There you are. Fantastic. Look at us doing it.
Now you're muted. We're doing great.
I'm not muted.
Bentley is taking away his yikes, but Jackie, I can't hear you.
That sounds like an issue that you're having. I don't know what to tell you. Can the people hear me?
My volume was off. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another. First of all, you never did the countdown thing to let me know we were starting on.
Absolutely. Whatever it is you think you're about to do, whatever, production check you're going to do, when you launched us, the good people of Facebook and YouTube, into an Instagram Live wormhole that I'm barely just coming out of.
It's a lot. That was definitely a lot.
Oh, good. Phil hears us both now. I want you to hear the equal amounts of rage in this partnership.
Okay. Conrad is saying on Instagram, watching this high is unreal. Yeah. Try doing this high. Okay. But now, Instagram, if I unplug my speaker from.
Oh my God. We're still doing this, everyone.
One more thing. Because Jackie, I think if I plug my speaker into the computer to hear you better, then they can hear you on Instagram, but they can't see you.
Wonderful. I'm better heard and not seen, I think. So go with that. Let's do that.
Don't you
do that.
That's not true. I don't know where to plug anything in on the. Oh, I see it. Found it. Okay, found it, everybody. Oh, but now. Okay, hold on. She's coming around. Okay, now you're in the computer. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you can hear me?
Oh my God.
Okay. I didn't want to even do this fucking show tonight. I wanted to sit and watch Murder, She Wrote. But you
No,
wouldn't
now
let
we're not. That's offensive. Why isn't it? Oh my God, it's broadcasting only to me.
Wow. Wow. So we haven't even gone live yet on. Okay.
The settings were set so that only I can see it. Like, what kind of egomania? It's not you. Oh, maybe that's because you normally broadcast it. And you're that person.
I don't know what's happened. All I know is everyone can hear me now. Instagram can hear me.
American Idol says, pop off. Let's go.
Okay, do the timer. Let's start the show on YouTube Live, right?
Okay, great. Let's do that. Let's start. We're going to start the show, everybody. So I'm glad you're all here for the start.
The folks on Instagram got the early show. Okay, yeah, you do your thing, Jackie. I'm going to tell them what's happening. Just hi, Jackie.
Hello. Good evening.
Happy Tuesday night. It's our show triggered.
You were searching for the word bi-weekly there. I know. A lot of gay men struggle with the bi word. I get it.
Why can't I hear you?
Who knows now?
You're back. Everything's fine. We are also on Instagram Live for our friends who are watching on Facebook. So there's a lot happening tonight. And that's it. Okay.
I don't think you're addressing the fact that we had, first of all, 40 minutes of a pre-show, because God help us if we can't get a 7-hour show in. Specifically, while we were both in makeup, I said to you, I'm going for a lot of armpit tonight.
You did say that.
And I shaved. It's a big day. And I feel like, I just feel like, it's like you make sure you don't upstage the bride. Like, I feel like you're upstaging my armpit tonight.
I'm wearing a dirty tank dress.
So I asked for you in a tankini, number one.
I can't wear a tankini but what's nice about this tank dress, it's got a zipper right at the side. I'm wearing my Spanx underneath, so you can't. It's okay though. Your arms are beautiful. You're beautiful and talented, and that's it. Okay. Okay.
You cut out there. Can you say that again? You cut out a little bit.
You're beautiful. You're talented. It's Tuesday night. I'm in my bedroom. You're in a spray painted wall.
Here's what's amazing. So obviously this is the best I could get, but it's so good, right? But I had it tucked away so long because after the show is done, I weep a little while, I drink tequila, so I fold it right up, and it's just got creases, and it's beautiful. It's the production value on this show.
You never know. Honestly, when we first started talking, I thought it was real. That's how stupid I am. Whatchamacallit? The kids are all commenting too on Instagram, just so our friends know what I'm also looking at here on Facebook and YouTube. Are we on Facebook? Because a lot of you might not know this. I got thrown off of Facebook. Wow, American Idol's judging us now too. That's definitely on. Are we a mess? I think we're doing pretty good.
Oh well, you would, but that's nice. I'm glad. It's been a rough week. I'm not gonna tear you apart. Yes, I am. I barely could say that.
I'm hearing that we're getting a gay Avenger.
You don't know that world. Why are we doing this? Don't even try it.
I just put it up on Instagram. I'm not going to be able to do 2 platforms. Let me tell you right now. This is not going to work. Instagram will throw me off in a minute anyway, won't it?
I mean, Facebook threw you out earlier. Instagram's throwing you off now.
Yeah. Facebook threw me off because, first of all, Hi, everybody. Welcome to Triggered. It's Tuesday night. I'm here with Jackie. You love it when I go back to the intro of the beginning of the show when we're listen. Last time, this asshole that I do the show with had me on for 2.5 hours. I ended up having like 6 pint glasses of vodka.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and then of course I had to go drive my Uber, so it was not a great night for.
You're gonna get so much trouble for that. We are a hot mess. American Idol's like, you've been on for an hour. I'm tuning out now. The show's been going on for quite a while.
Are people found us though on YouTube and on Facebook? We're okay on that?
Yeah, I showed. Look, look at the little icons. Look at the birdie. There it is,
Okay.
an icon.
That's
And look at
YouTube.
that.
Okay, we're doing good. Okay. Tony said I'm doing 2 platforms and I'm confused and hungry.
Same.
Well, if you use the code on Postmates, Jackie and Billy, you will get 25% added to your order. So use that. Okay. If you haven't seen our show Triggered, Jackie Steele. Oh, good. Zakia said we're doing good. Okay. If you haven't seen our show, it is live on a bunch of different platforms.
Seriously?
Media.
You can't list the three. There's just 3. There's just 3.
Facebook. YouTube. Can you hear the bass outside from someone's car?
No, I wish I could.
With this, are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get it? Okay. Whatever. We're doing it live. It's our show. Let's start. Do you have anything you want to say? I've been yammering the whole time. Before we start our show, do you have anything you'd like to add before we go into our first segment, which is Don't Poke the Bear?
Yes. Do I have anything to say? Sure do. My rage level is about 11 this week. There's not enough ocean wave sounds in the world. Like, I've been listening to the ocean wave sounds. That stopped working. I've been playing crickets at night to try to rest.
I do crickets. Okay, you tried. We talked about that. Okay.
Oh, maybe that's where I got it from. Did you tell me to do the cricket audio?
Yeah, I love crickets. I tell Google to play play summer cricket sounds from Georgia, and it has a specific one it goes to, and it's long because those crickets are up all night. Because other ones are sometimes like a minute, 2 minutes. This is like an hour, and then I'm off to sleep, and I'm falling asleep in a field. Like, I haven't done that before. And I like, I don't, but do you
mispronounced dumpster? You've fallen asleep in a dumpster.
Do you find it soothing?
I do, but I don't know how everyone else is doing. Well, yes, I do. And quite frankly, we're all in hell, and this is it. What did I say? It can't be purgatory. It's got to be purgatory because it's not sexy enough to be hell. This is trash. And so, wait, the fan base has spoken. Boom. Okay.
Okay, listen, Instagram. Thank you for coming to our pre-show. Jackie and I are now on YouTube
Just
Live.
Send them to the YouTube. Send them to the damn YouTube.
I'm out. And now, got it. Share to Instagram TV. This camera right here must look real good.
There's a lot happening. There's a lot going on.
And just doing next because the iPad's all the way over there. Okay, I'll do that later.
You have the tiny remnants of a pill just in the corner. So what the Facebook and YouTube audience don't know is Justin King and I were in a what? Sex documentary together. Yeah, sex show.
What was the sex doc about?
Basically, they brought us in and they were like, tell us about your sex life, sex story. And I don't even know if anyone knows that this happened, but they were like, yeah, let's talk about, and I was like, oh, I got scoop diddy doop. So boom, there it is. This is a summary of the documentary.
Justin, the classy San Diego.
Too late. Wrong show. Okay. So what I was saying is I can't sleep. I'm already a vampire. First of all, we all work in nightlife. In the before times, time mattered.
Yeah.
But now that time means nothing, and we have. I'm not going to be negative. We have everything going for us. That it's the adjustment's just been shit. And my sleep is like worse than it's ever been. I find that I used to get up at like 4 a.m, and I read somewhere that if you get up like between 4 and 7 is when you receive the most, like you're the most kind of free and open to receiving from the universe. And so I know I'm gonna get hippy dippy, and so you can like, that's actually a really good time for you to create and write and whatever, which is great because that's usually when
4 and 7.
Yeah, that's when you're crawling home usually. So it's a good time of the day for you. But so 4 to 7 a.m. is the most optimal time, and then 4 to 7 p.m. as well. But 4 to 7 a.m. So it used to be like, dope, it's 4 a.m. I'll get up, I'll try to scribble something and whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm up 2 to 3:30, 4 to 6. I sleep from 6 to 7. I mean, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. I'm not sleeping.
Do you drug yourself to sleep?
Do I what?
Do you drug yourself to sleep?
Oh.
Why I can't, when I can't say listen to Kenny G, true story.
Nice.
Wow.
That'll
David,
do it.
David, don't share that with people publicly. That's a lot. That's like a Kenny G. Isn't he the guy with the curly hair?
He is the guy with the curly hair.
I take pills.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like people could guess that immediately.
Nobody here is going to say, no, you didn't.
YouTube's better than IG. Great. All right. Keep it coming.
Oh, so Instagram was a real shit circus. Okay, good to know.
I think we'd all agree on that. I think that's a safe description of what just happened.
I don't know how to use a lot of it. It's a lot. I do feel like the more social media platforms we have, the more detached we are as actual human beings, and that irritates me.
Are there actual human beings here? When does that happen? What time?
Not any that I want to see.
Send in the clown.
Send him literally. Well, should we get to our first segment?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
I'll be right there. I'll be right there. I'm just wrapping up this show. I'll be out in a minute. Oh, terrible. Let's do our first segment. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I like it. I think we should.
Let's get into it. Okay.
All right. Let's do the dance. Woo!
I love it. All right.
And there we are.
Okay. And we're here. If you're just tuning in, it's our Don't Poke the Bear. Jackie and I go through 3 topics that really have, I'm moving this camera a little, I'm error. Okay, that's fine. That have aggravated us and are triggering us and getting us going. And we do 3 being the one we're always like this. We're always like this. But it goes 3, 2, 1, 1 being the absolute worst. Jax, what's your number 3?
Number 3 item of things that just poke the bear is when people suck their teeth.
Really?
No, that's good. No, that's sucking. Oh. When you're not, someone's like,
that. Ugh. What kind of?
Ugh. I'll tell you what kind of trash does it. I was at a UPS store, and you know this. Just a little, just a little bit ago.
Sorry, did you ever get notarized?
I did. I got everything notarized. Yeah, I did. Well, I had to get it done that day, but I found a queer. So can we tell the people what we're talking about, or are we just going to do this for a minute? Okay.
I was doing it for a minute because fuck them, but go on. All right.
So the people are like, we don't know. So I had to go to a UPS store to get something done, bibbity bobbity boo. And I go to the store. Okay.
The store you frequent.
I frequent. And the guy goes, oh, he stepped out. Can you come back? I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. Jamming, right? I go back. I'm like, can you let him know I'm here to get the thing notarized? Because everything is still waiting outdoors on the street, just amongst the garbage and the hopelessness. Yeah. And so I'm waiting outside with my little clipboard on my document notarized. And as we're waiting there, I noticed, I said to the kid, hey, let him know I'm here. And he's like, okay, cool. Wanders away. Yeah. Wanders into the distance, never to be seen from again. 3, 4 people. Go ahead. I go back up to the door. And I was like, hey, just want to make sure. And he's like, yeah, he had to leave. And I was like, okay. I feel like we're having a little bit of a communication breakdown. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go. I will call in and see if he's back because I've got to get this damn document notarized, and I'm not driving across the city for this.
You came there 3 times, though.
I went there 3 times.
Yes. Okay. Go on.
3 times. So I call him, and I'm like, "Hey, is he back?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, you got to get here before 4." And I was like, "No, I just want to make sure. I've come there a couple times. I want to make sure he's back before I come back to."
Yeah.
Get here before 4. And I was like, I'm going to rip his face off.
You'll never find your body, and no one will be looking.
And so we had to have a little conversation in the store, and then I get to be that lady, which I don't want to be. I just want to get my thing notarized. It's 10 a.m. I want to have my morning wine, and now I'm doing this at the store.
Did you say Pinot Noir pairs beautifully with everything bagel? Go on.
It's bananas and tequila every morning. I'm fit as a fiddle. And the thing that set me over the edge was not just the absolute insanity of who's running this. It's a UPS store. It's the size of my bathroom. Get it together, Mabel. Okay, things happen. None of us are in our right space. But when I call you, so I don't waste a trip the 4th time, people.
Yeah.
And you suck your. Now it was a different person. The kid at the door, a little bit aloof. Not the top brass. I understand that, okay? But when I call in and then I get this kid I never met giving me the Tony tone, I was like, we're about to be done. And I went in and we had a little chit chat about why you don't suck your teeth at people on the phone or in person. And
be condescending and have customer service. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm a yeller, as you may have picked up on over the years.
Yeah.
But I find that my patience level, when that happens, I go from 0 to 120 like that. And I'm just yelling the minute something happens like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't leave the house. So there's that. That's your number 3?
That's my number 3, yeah. What's your number 3? Go, hit me.
I'm having a hard time differentiating my 3s, 2s, and 1s.
That's part of the problem, yeah.
Because everything is a 1. And I'm trying to not have things be a 1. But I don't watch the news, as you know. My number 3, I don't know. I'd like to ask everyone else to pick, because the thing that set me off today was I had the news on. I haven't been watching the news. Now that we have a president who is concise and like clear, I'm not watching it so manically. And I never watch the news. The past year or so I've been watching the news. But I'm watching the news today, and I'm seeing people. Of course, it's the news. I get it. It's all a big shit fucking mess anyway. To be anyone you watch. However, people are coming for Joe Biden and the job that he's doing. I'm listening to this, and I do have an example, but I don't know that I want to say it because it's gonna sound like I'm being an asshole. But I'm really not.
Let's go. Everybody in the van, let's go.
It was more than one thing. But first of all, we're in his first, I think it's still 60 days of his presidency, right? Because they're watching this 100-day window, because he said in the first 100 days of vaccinations. As far as I'm fucking concerned, and any fucking person on the goddamn planet who knows anything at all, things are better. Like, I'm sorry. And whether or not you agree with his politics, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Things are working more concisely, and they're more organized, and we're seeing what's happening, and it's transparent, blah, 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 and we're listening to all this. Okay. And from what I understand, his cabinet is one of the most diverse cabinets we've ever had, which I'm also like, great work. I love it. Like, let's get weird, but you know what I mean? Like, let's get, not that like someone, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, there was a congresswoman who was a Democrat who was not happy that they hadn't appointed an Asian American in one of the cabinet spots.
Yeah.
And she was saying she's not going to vote on anything until they deal with it. And of course, I am immediately triggered because I'm like, oh, are you giving a fucking ultimatum? Are you giving a fucking ultimatum? Granted, I understand your point. And especially since so many fucking assholes are going after the Asian community, which makes me angry. But like since the coronavirus came out, that other fucking bag of dicks was having people go after him, and everyone was real mild about saying, well, because they didn't want to piss off the big orange fucking monster. But now it's like, oh, I'm not gonna vote. It's like, first of all, do not.
That's what I used to call my vagina in college, by the way. I had a ginger face for a while, and it was just a big orange monster. Come on with the show.
I don't.
Come on.
I don't. I almost left to get more vodka. But I'm just like, what? So I literally was like, don't give ultimatums. This guy is working really hard. The entire administration, you can tell everyone is working. Like, everyone is fucking working. Whatever they're working at, I'm not angry, Carmine. But I'm like,
angry.
For then giving an ultimatum and saying, I won't vote. It's like, wow. So you want to hold him over a barrel until you get what you want. Do you think that's the best possible? Because I have a feeling, again, I'm a fucking idiot, but I have a feeling you could say to Joe Biden, anyone could say, can I just tell you something? He'd be like, yeah, what's up? He would listen. What does that mean?
I don't know. I think it's about something.
I don't know. Phil, am I in trouble?
No, we don't know why you're vomiting. Tell us why you're vomiting, Phil. Go.
Tell us why you're vomiting. But that makes me sick. So that really set me off today, because so many people are getting vaccinated. They are getting stuff done. So then to sort of like hold your position as a congressperson, saying I'm not gonna do this till you do this. I don't go for that. That is not productive, and that is not another smart person word. Mm-hmm. That's all. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Another smart person word here. That is 90% of our phone calls. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. Oh, good. Wonderful.
Oh, wait. I have to pee. I'm holding it. Where's Kevin? Go on.
Oh, okay. Kevin's a TikTok star now. We'll never hear back from that bitch.
Never see him again. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. My number 2, which is really like 1A, but we're going to go with 2 at this stage. I don't have enough to even say 1A. That's bullshit. I have nothing because it's Tuesday and it's been hell week on earth already, but we're just going to it's fine. So much has happened in 2 fucking days this week. I will say that when people amp themselves and each other, like their friends amp them up for a light read. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm like
a light read.
Yeah, like when someone's like trying to throw shade at you, and you're like,
oh, passive aggressive.
That's what we're doing. Yeah, like. So I experienced this in a community setting last night where somebody said something and they will get no credit and no name on this show. But they said because if you want to that's what we're going to do. That's probably not what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's where you don't want to poke the bear. And I was like, So you're coming at me in a community meeting. We're talking about something, whatever. And this person brings up the topic. And I said, oh, that's good information to have. My response, that's good information to have. Thank you for sharing that. That's my answer. This queen goes, okay, second of all. And I was like, no, there was no first of all. There was no first of all. You shared information. I said, thank you. And then somehow in your mind,
you thought
we had a dance off in the lunchroom and you won. And I don't know what you're talking about. Like there was no moment.
So he was trying.
No moment. You're trying, but also, first of all, my grandmother called me it for the first 6 months. Try harder, do better. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it.
I miss playing cribbage with your grandmother. She did some horrible things, but like, what a cribbage player.
What a time.
You know what? I'm going to give you one of my favorite lines. Let me tell you what to do when you come for me. Don't. Because it's literally the only, don't. Because there's no level you can go to that I will not go 10 feet deeper. Don't. That is because there's an old Russian saying, every time you think you've hit rock bottom, someone will throw you a shovel and tell you to dig. So I always have my shovel. Don't come for me. Where
did you get an old Russian saying?
I've been around a long time. But fuck that fucking dick for trying it with you, because on my list. I was like,
That's cute, but also like this isn't the environment for it. Would you care to try that over a martini? Can I tempt you?
You will not live to see the other day. Okay. I'm sorry for that. I'm acknowledging what you're saying, and I want you to know taking that hate into my being. And now it's
I'm
in there.
holding space for you right now.
Literally.
I'm holding a lot of space here right now.
I should have brought my fan. It's outside in the yard. But anyway, okay. My number 2 saying, and I guess this could have been my number 3 because it's really not that bad. But I really have been trying to not say, let's get back to normal. I'm really having a really hard time with that. My friend Taylor, and I've said this many, many times in a lot of stuff. My friend Taylor started saying in July of last year, forward to normal. Let's get forward. The fact that people, it's so in our heads to say back to normal, because back to normal to me, nothing was that great. Like, which leads into my number 1, which I'll get to in a minute. But it's that back to normal shit when it's like, I want you to think of all the things that you felt comfortable with, that were happening, that everything that you made you feel safe in that time.
Right.
That went away like this. It was gone. It wasn't like, it was gone. Shit was gone in March. So you want to go back to a situation where everything that you know and have worked for can be taken away. Thank God nobody is saying, oh yeah, no, I hate that. This is the new normal. Go fuck yourself. Normal, there is no normal. Everything changes anyway. It changes hourly. It's like,
because this ain't new and it's never been normal. It's never been normal.
The problem is that I feel like everything up until coronavirus, we were all invested in keeping this make-believe narrative that didn't work at all. And you either see that now and be like, oh my God, this never fucking worked. We were like, it's literally like Oz. It is literally the Wizard of Oz. What's behind the curtain? There's no curtain. And there's just more layers and layers of that. And you either, I'm like, yeah, this is everything's a fucking mess. And I can't wait till we get back to normal. I'm like, back to what? Back to fucking people being marginalized? Back to like us not paying attention to what's happened to black folks? I'm good with not going back to that. Let's go forward, hold everyone accountable on a daily basis. How many more times do we have to have people come out against Governor Cuomo? Even I know that. It's like, girl, get done. Whatever you did, there's too much in there to be like, there's too many. I mean, like 3 more people come forward and he's got a goddamn chorus. They can sing. I need to get my fan. I'm already fired up. Sorry.
I love it. When you're schwitzing, that is a good day for me. Look, we were trash. Everything was trash. Nothing was great. That's the thing. Like this. I absolutely believe that we needed someone to pull the needle off the record and be like, you all need a minute. You all need a minute to rethink some shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You have had a lot of opportunity. And I said, we could have paradise. This could be paradise, but we're shit. We are choosing to be absolute trash. Yeah. And it just doesn't have to be that way. Look at all the things that we have, and this is what we do with our time. This specifically is what we do with our time.
What you're saying goes into my number 1. It's right here.
Then just do it. I don't care. Yeah, come on. I have nothing. I have nothing.
My number 1 is, I wrote this down. We've learned nothing. That's what I wrote. We've learned nothing. I saw someone screaming on the news about, I'm not going to be muzzled wearing a mask. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, you're like, how ignorant do you have to be and so selfish? And I see more and more and more of that. And I'm like, you people haven't learned anything.
But and you know that person's whole family is like, please muzzle her. We can't stand her.
Right. It's
holidays are terrible.
Holidays are terrible. And she overcooks the turkey. It's hey Danny, honey. It's just, it really bums me out that people, and you're like, Billy, not everybody. There's people that there are. But when I think of the nurses who I couldn't even fathom what they have gone through in this past year. I know nurses back east who are protesting and they're on strike. They're like, listen, we need more shit because fuck this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
give them whatever they want. Like,
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. And I just wish if I had a genie and you could do a wish where they didn't.
You
fuck
are a
over.
genie. I don't know if you've looked in the mirror today, but you just give it a
I
rub
am
and go for it.
I just wish you could, like, the people who act this way, those are the ones who are directly affected by their actions. You don't want to wear a mask, then you get sick. Not someone's
Yeah, but
grandmother.
save someone's nanny. Right, exactly. Save someone's nice little nanny who made a Sunday dinner every week and minded her business. You know, although I'll tell you, I'm going to throw in my number one, and it's
I love it.
You just sparked it, which is people assuming that assholes don't age. So we like everyone just immediately, and I support the elderly. I just want to say, like, for all of your decent grandparents. Hi, Kwame. Kwame's watching. Hey, Kwame.
Oh, hi, Kwame. Hi, Kwame. Hi, baby.
Oh, wait, before I jump in, let me just show Dave Polino's comment because I agree.
I'll not sure worked in hospital. Yes. Beautiful. Yep. Done. Thank you for your service. Literally, like being in the military, because that's what it was. Ground zero for a year. Like,
yeah.
That's beautiful. I like that too. I agree.
Dealing with shit people and their nonsense, crazy ass people. So my
old people are assholes too. That's what you were going with. Old people are assholes.
Old people are assholes. So we have this. First of all, we don't deify our elders in this country. So miss me with the bullshit of like be nice to elderly people. Yeah. Oh, my friend Alana's calling me. So I'm not going to take it.
Alana, we're in the show. Okay,
so we have this, we don't deify the elders. We don't take care of our elder people. So like miss me with the bullshit of like, be nice. No, you're not even nice to your own family. So, but we do this. It's like, oh, little, I'm like, you don't know if he was just a racist, homophobic asshole his whole life. These people age. Assholes age. You have to just prove it to me at this point. I need to know.
Especially in West Hollywood. Sorry, that was a terrible gay joke.
That was vicious. That was vicious.
But you're absolutely right.
Accurate.
You're absolutely right. I mean, like, there's people like, yeah, I'm with you. Sorry, go on. I don't want to jump in.
No, go ahead. I don't deify anyone. And that brings me back to, there are hardworking teachers and hardworking nurses and all these people, but let's not all pretend we didn't have an asshole nurse once in our life. I'm not saying they shouldn't be taking care of COVID. I'm just saying, let's keep it real. Suddenly everyone's a champion of all these people. First of all, were you? And second of all, not you, Dave Polino, you're great. Thanks for tuning in. But also like bullshit. Do you know how many rotten, terrible teachers I have had in my life that had a terrible influence on me?
Oh, that's a segment. We should do bad teachers. I can't even tell you about, oh, girl, that's a story.
I had a teacher in fifth grade who pulled my hair and told me to shut up, and nobody wanted to hear my fat mouth. And I think this audience would agree, but I'll tell you this, I went forward anyway. I pushed.
I think that's
Ann Wilson, bitch.
Bitch, my asshole hasn't aged a day. That's because that damn thing has been pickled and bleached, you dumb whore. I'm coming for you. That thing, and it's got shoelaces on each side to keep it tight. Don't you dare. My number is Marjorie. What is this?
What number is Marjorie?
Well, what number is Marjorie?
I thought it was a joke with you two. I don't know. Were we talking about that?
I don't know what it means. I don't know.
Justin, once again, you're ahead of your times. We don't have any clue.
Yes, I don't know. I have so many clothes for him. Danity's okay, good. See,
you
friendship.
saw us trying to connect to IG.
Yeah, Danity. I was kicked off of Facebook today for 24 hours for saying I was going to punch someone in the throat. How many times have you heard me say that to you in person? I yell it out all the time. That, and I'm coming after you with a hammer. Those are my two things. But Facebook didn't like that talk. Anyway, so does that wrap it up?
They're okay with threatening to kill the queers, FYI. They're fine. Right. Everything's great.
Are we wrapping up Don't Poke the Bear?
Yes.
All right. That's our show's not over. But I'm just trying to keep some organization to it.
Okay, fine. But anyone that's been here before the last 3 minutes knows there's nothing. So you can live your dreams.
And that's another episode of A segment of Don't Poke the Bear. What's next?
What a
What's
mess.
next?
What a mess.
We're doing great. This tank dress breathes beautifully, by the way, just so you know. It's just
I-
very light. It's a
It
great
feels
color.
very light.
Yeah,
Well, it's
good.
every color. It's every color.
That's
So
why
how
I
could it not be?
I'm crossing my legs. I've been watching
Danny.
Thank you, Boo. I appreciate the love.
Oh wait, Danny's talking about me. Daniel's talking about my.
I had a teacher that used to yell, "I will chop your head off."
Yeah.
Danny, I was never your teacher. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. What did that mean? What did Justin's thing?
Marjorie Taylor Greene on the mask topic. Marjorie Taylor Greene, of course, is trash and a major transphobe and should die in a fire yesterday. Yeah.
Why
she's
that
outrageous.
is?
Trash fire. You know, the fact that you don't know makes me like you a little more than I did an hour ago, which is good for you. That's good for you. I will say that Daniel Santiago, I definitely had teachers that, because he's the only one watching now. I definitely had teachers that told me to shut up, and I did like them a little better for it. You know what I mean? It's how you do it. Yeah. I do respect. I don't like anyone that gives me cheap shade, and I don't like anyone that gives me a weak. Like, if you're going to come for me, just real. I need to feel it. You know, like that's getting into a little bit of kink talk. But we'll dial Justin in for that.
Okay.
We're gonna go right back to the sex talk. But honestly, like I don't mind it. In fact, anyone that's like, fuck off, I disagree, I'm into it. People think that that's the number one misconception, I think, about me, besides that I'm very tall, is that people think I'm like, I don't want to hear anything. I'm like, absolutely not. I love to be challenged. I want you to challenge me. Just don't give me bullshit.
Right. Keep it real. Like, be honest. Let it out. I'm with you on that. People think that I always want to hear, oh, you just want to hear. No, I don't. I don't give up. Because I can smell the bullshit a mile away, which makes me even madder. And then I get real nutty.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, look, I've got Republican friends. I've got people from across the country, all kinds of, because the other thing is, don't give me your bullshit of like, oh, we're so whatever here, but it's only them that's the problem. I'm like, nah, bro, I got a lot of friends in Texas. I got a lot of friends in a lot of places. And I'm telling you, I have a lot of friends here, and there's some real shit that goes on here. So like, that's cute, but it ain't true, Bill. It ain't true.
My nerves are shot. Do we have a commercial to play while I make a cocktail and go pee?
Yeah, I'll just talk to the people. You don't have to, can you mute it though? Because you consistently pee.
Well, I don't want to miss what you're saying. Oh, I can still hear you if I mute it.
Wonderful.
I didn't know.
It's a team dream here at this show.
You know what? We have to get ready for our next segment. What's it called? Are we doing it?
Yeah, it's called Go Take a Piss. We'll pick it up when you get back. Oh, Kwame, what are you drinking? Kwame, you made a nice cocktail. What are you drinking? I've just got a nice Sauvignon. Nothing fancy. I'm going to take a good. Does everybody else out there have a cocktail? Share it with me, please. Literally. And also, Danity, I know you're watching. So Danity posted, I need a girls' night. Who wants to come out? And I was like, me. Invited myself. I do it all the time. I'm drinking Sauvignon Blanc. Kwame's drinking peanut butter whiskey. Delicious. So freaking good. Did I give you that whiskey? Or did you get that? The people need to know. So anyway, here's what else you guys don't know. Because why would you ever want to know this? But we're here and it's been a few days. So oh, yay. So Danity's drinking a vodka soda and says, let's have a girls' night. And done it. Message me. I'll put my shoes on now because quite frankly, I'm done with this. Oh, no, I didn't give it to you. Shame. Oh, you bought it. Good for you. My brother who lives with me, who's a national treasure, got the food poisoning. I don't know if any of you have done that.
Once.
Here's the thing. I didn't know. I know so I didn't know how bad it was. Like, I've only ever seen it on the television. I have no clue that it was like days and days and days. We were in the hospital all day yesterday. It was gnarly. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Of course, he's lost about 40 pounds, so he's got that.
God, Justin, there's no such thing as over commenting. You be you, and if you do something I don't like, I'll come after you with a hatchet.
Thank you.
So-
Also, I thought it was like, I'm over commenting, which I would get, right? But then I realized you're still.
Cubano X, I'm coming over. Vodka Valium Chaser is my new
Drinks
drag name.
up.
Okay, write it down. How much weight did your brother really lose? Because I want to lick a raw chicken.
First of all, I will be at your house in the morning, so don't you dare tell me you want food. Every time Billy mentions he wants food, I show up with a bag.
It's true. I thought because I won't leave the house anymore. I don't care. I don't want to leave the house yet. I'm not ready yet, and it's all happening very fast. I'm not ready.
It's happening very fast. And Billy mentioned to me that that she was looking for a haddock, which is a fish, and couldn't find it anywhere. Found it. Showed up like the little Girl Scout that I am with just a bag of fish, nothing else. No, just a bag of fish.
And you left with a vintage teacup. So it was full day.
I did.
Down the street. Oh God!
I gave you like $9 worth of fish, and I got like a $75 vintage teacup. So thank you for that.
I love you. You can have anything you want.
Fair trade.
I just love you. I don't know what else there is to yammer on about that makes me angry. I know there's been a lot of stuff this week. I don't want. Thank you, Z. Let's just stay in. I heard you saying girls' night, and I'm going to get in trouble, I think. But
Danny said.
Let's. I love that. Whatchamacallit? The last time you were out, you didn't have you had an incident.
You talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my imaginary friend is ignoring me. So yes, I'm talking to you.
Same old.
Okay, because I was
Well, wait, can we talk about leaving? Can we talk about leaving the house first of all, and what an absolute goddamn nightmare it is?
Hate it. Yeah, hate it. I knew
it is the worst.
Yeah, because people are honking now all the time outside, honking. I'm like, yeah, like just wrap yourself around a fucking telephone pole and get there so much faster. It's like, shut up. I can't be driving like this with their phones, and I'm like, most humans can't operate their bodies properly, like literally. And you're driving a car and texting like this. I see them on the steering wheel, and I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, please be. Or
they're making videos. They're filming. I'm like, what is so? You can't pull that car over.
Yeah. Do you know what I wish? If I was president, if you have a cell phone, you're an automatic organ donor. Thank you. That's it. Organ donor. Because I feel like all these fuckers who are dying are getting into car wrecks. Give me your kidney. Give it. Because I'm telling you, people don't want to be organ donors.
You sound like you're robbing kidneys. I'm an organ donor. Are you an organ donor? Well, quite frankly, no.
I'm an organ donor, but I mean, let's be honest. Who'd want it at this point?
So not a buyer's market then. Got it. Fantastic.
Literally. You can open this up like a door, and it's just an old silver bucket.
Just one.
Just throw it out. I hate people. I think that's what it comes down to. It was my friend Isabel's birthday today on the East Coast, and I wrote on her Facebook page, thank you, August.
Yes.
Before I got kicked off Facebook, I wrote, I just want to sit on a mountain with you in nature, surrounded by beauty and nature, and look out over everything and tell you how much I hate people. Because it is like, God, I just find them to be, well, terrible. Not all of them, obviously.
Every conversation I have with Billy, so you people are fine, the three of you watching. Billy and I, every conversation is, what are you doing? I fucking hate everyone. Me too. Call me later. There's nothing else to say.
I feel bad sometimes for feeling that way, but my mom told me I've been that way since I was 6. I asked her if I was like kidnapped or molested. Nope, you just turn into an asshole at 6. I said, oh, okay. And that was it. The woman's not wrong. I just don't understand people.
It's a cycle of life. It's a cycle of life. 6 years old, asshole.
Yeah. I mean, like, we literally keep having discussions about gun control. And I'm like, what? This is right? But now, am I correct in assuming or try to remember Sandy Hook was a preschool, right? Or a young person's school. Like
yeah,
one of
Sandy
the
Hook,
first
Sandy Hook was a elementary school in Connecticut.
in Connecticut. Yes,
Yeah.
in Connecticut. And there were a whole bunch of kids who got killed.
Correct.
If that, and people have said, if that didn't change things, nothing is going to change things. And I'm like,
Right.
and it makes me like, I can't wrap my head around that. Because
Right.
like, oh,
Now,
yeah, go on, sorry.
well, I will share it. It doesn't make sense. You know, when you see that and you're like, oh, looking at pictures of all these kids, we are so numb as a society. And I think that's part of what's wrong with us.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
I'm happy to tell you what I think the number one problem we have as a society is. We see these things, we're numb to it. It becomes another thing. Oh,
Yeah.
there were 8 women murdered in an Asian spa because, well, terrorism, right? There was,
Right.
oh, Colorado. And it's just like, oh, it's the story of the day. What time is coffee? Like, wait a minute, hold on. There's just so much. So Dave Polino, who I know from Connecticut, is saying it's elementary in Newington, Connecticut. Now, I actually DJ. I used to be a DJ. Not great, but the kids loved me. I was very good at kids parties, and because they don't expect much.
Taller than you. Pow! Write it down. That's comedy.
They were like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Razzle dazzle." And it's just bizarre. So no, they thought I was one of them. It all worked out, but razzle dazzle. I wore fancy up. I DJed at that middle school, and I knew the principal there, the one who got killed. I mean, it's insane. You think about it, this is your own backyard and you learn these things, but I wanted to share with you that this just happened today, which I'm super excited about. There was a film that was produced called Disarm Hate, and it's about gun control through the LGBTQ lens. Has anyone here seen Disarm Hate? It's a documentary. Anyone?
Yeah.
It's a documentary. And so I we did a screening and I moderated a panel and a Q&A. It was so good. First of all, after the Pulse nightclub shooting, which we all remember where we were, I think, when that happened, right? Yeah. After the Pulse nightclub shooting, these bunch of queers got in an RV and went to DC to fight gun control. And number one, 8 queers in an RV. Who's not signing that deal? Why isn't that a show? What?
Get me a Winnebago. Go on, I'm with you.
You had trans folks. You had all the full LGBTQ. You had everything that happens to people trying to do any kind of activism, first of all, which is a shit show in and of itself, right? Like, we're going to do some good and it's going to hurt because it always does. Okay. So there's that.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get a bunch of queers in an RV. I swear, I don't know how someone hasn't picked that up and made it an actual show yet. But it was
why do that? That could be our thing. You and I can go on tour.
Oh my God.
Someone else can drive. We drink. I can't drive.
We drink. Dave Polino will get a sitter and he'll drive. So
Dave, get on it. Okay, get your Winnebago license.
Fantastic. So anyway, the film's called Disarm Hate. It's going to be premiering here in LA, and I am going to do a live panel. So I'll announce that when the dates are released.
Beautiful. Okay. Oh,
I found that out today.
Because I was watching the news, obviously, about Colorado. I'm just like, this is insane. Like, how can anyone want to live anywhere one more day with this being the norm? And we're not even open yet. Like, is the kid? Okay, great. The bottle of 100-year-old scotch sitting next to will be screwed. Great.
Yep.
We won't be able to go down to the Bible Belt while we're drinking and carrying on. They'll be coming after us. I'm carrying a security team with me. I always do, though. Because
you haven't partied enough in the Bible Belt. You're going to be fine. Trust me. I've spent quite a bit of time. Yeah.
I don't think people like me that much. I don't know why.
We don't have. How long is this show? I don't have time to unpack that. You're going to have to.
Last week it was 2.5 hours.
You're going to have to depend on alcohol. Well, Paolo's not here, and he's but we're not on all the normal platforms. So the normal viewers aren't here, not normal. None of you are normal. So don't get it twisted, you people. But,
right. I really fucked up with Facebook today. Sorry. I blame Nick. The comment was because Nick said, you can make your own organic poppers. That's what he wrote. And I wrote under the comment.
And they banned you?
And I banned me. And I said, I'm going to punch you in the throat for that. Making my own poppers. What is this, Etsy?
What am I, a peasant?
What am I, a peasant? Make my own what now? I don't do anything. That's not
You didn't even buy
That's
your
not
own
my bit.
frozen fish.
Okay. Well, there's that. I'm sorry I fucked up Facebook. I don't know when we're back again. Is there other shit to talk about? What do we do? What else are we doing? I need a plan because I just yammering.
Yeah, well, you're not yammering. You're doing fine. Everybody relax. I will say that I think, oh, Karma, oh, thank God. Hang on. There's some talent here now. Hang on. Besides Justin, who's also.
I love Etsy. Yeah, you don't say this bitch.
By the way, that bow tie is a dead giveaway for the fact that you love Etsy. The fact that you have a That's what is that? Is it called a boutonniere? Is that a brooch? What is that? What's
a brooch? Actually, know what it is? It's a thing. It's in your pocket, a tissue of a kerchief.
Oh, you know what? Look at this. This is my worst tattoo. Can we just do? It has to be redone.
A heart?
It's a heart and star. I don't know what I think I was drinking. It's not.
Yeah,
it's one of the only tattoos I ever got.
How old were you when you first started getting tattoos?
6 years old, just like you. I turned into an asshole.
Fair enough.
Oh wait, here's Carmine, who's so stylish. It's a lapel flower, you assholes.
Wow,
good
friendship.
For you. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Fashion.
You're telling me about your tattoo. I was going to yammer on about something. I'm just yammering.
No, yammer. It's fine. You can yammer.
No, I went to Carmine and Tasha's house last night because I made sausage and I made sauce and meatballs on Sunday. So I don't eat sausage, but I'll bring them to Carmine's house. I drive over yesterday to drop them off. I park. I go with the parking thing, hang on my thing.
There we
go.
To
the house. We're there. I'm there for like an hour. Carmine's phone rings. On the third time, who is this number? He answers it, and they're like, "Hi, do you have a Tacoma?" And I'm like, he says it. I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh, your car is blocking someone's driveway." My giant truck, I parked it like in front of someone's driveway. I wasn't drunk or anything. I went running down. I said, "Oh my God," I was so embarrassed. And I apologized to the lady who's like, "I don't need sausage." David, whether you can't drive the Winnebago, because that's how we're gonna get through Utah. Okay, listen.
First of all, is there anything hotter than a lady in a dress driving a large truck? Oh my God, what tasty!
I cannot tell you because I don't drive. I won't drink anything. If I'm driving, I won't do any drugs or drink.
I know. I Uber to your house because I know I'm going to have, if it's 11 a.m. at least, I know we're going to have something. So I Uber and then.
Yeah. But I literally was just so embarrassed. Thank God Carmine answered his phone. That's really the story. It was all my fault.
Look at what this son of a bitch says.
Your worst tattoo is Babs. Wow. That's aggressive.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to hide the sausage. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait, that's the other arm.
You're doing great. That tattoo is beautiful.
I know. He's an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole. He's in trouble. He's already in trouble. Yeah. Anyway, that's
look at August. Yeah, this is what goes on.
For telling your mama jokes. Wow, really? Wow. Oh my God, we could get you that costume. That'd be a great bit. That'd be a great bit.
Especially with Dave Polino, because Dave Polino is hysterical.
Oh, love it. Okay.
What reference did you make earlier that goes right along with that Ralph Cramden? You called me. You were doing your nonsense talk. I thought you were high. You were going on about something, and you made a reference. Yeah, you made it was like a reference to an old show, like an old timey show or something.
Earlier during the show, we were talking
on the phone. Yes, on the phone, talking on the phone. You called me, and you said something. It was something like a Ralph Cramden. It was one of those types of shows. Okay, that's listen here, Dave. You're going straight to hell in a handbasket. I will kill. No, I wish I did, and I will murder everyone who says that's a bad idea. So think again.
Jill Scott, 11 a.m. is new.
Thanks, Danity.
Coronavirus rules. LA, 11 a.m.
Jill Scott's one of my personal Jesuses. Everybody needs to calm it down. No, I'm kidding. Stevie and Barbara.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
wonder.
Tell me, what do you know about? Do you have a relationship advice portion? Let's roll it. And now, kids, as part of our tour, it's our relationship portion of the show. So if you have any relationship questions, put them in the comments, and we will get to, oh, we have one. Well, yes, we do. I mean, we can give a relationship advice. I've never been in a relationship. People hate me. People hate me.
Okay.
So, which
There
I'm
we
fine.
go.
I'm totally fine with.
Well,
Because
as you can all guess, I've been in quite a few. So bring it on.
here we go.
It all worked out wonderfully.
Yeah. What is it? There's no I in team, but there's two in idiot. Yeah. So, that's my advice about relationships.
This is the comedy gold you tuned in for. Stay tuned.
well,
There's more of that.
The thing of it is, what show was I talking about earlier? I wonder.
I don't know. It was something.
Of everything that's happening during the coronavirus, and I mean everything, you better back down before you get smoked. You better chill.
It's a Jill Scott lyric. And you know what?
I didn't know.
Oh, Dave, I'm going to go back to your post in a second. Wait, I want to show Kwame.
Oh.
Sorry.
What post? Okay.
I'll go back to it in a second.
My friend says they want to know how you figure out what the fuck you want.
Okay, wait. Sorry. No, we're not done. We have questions before we can even bother to get in on this.
Wow.
Well, we need more information. So,
Kwame, I was ready. I was ready.
By the way, I didn't want to say it, Carmine, so thank you. I was like, what are we doing? How long does this portion go on?
This is just my lip balm. It just keeps me calm.
How long does the portion of the show go on? Do you want to say?
No? Oh, hi, we have a special guest? No.
A special guest. Are you hiding?
No.
Oh my God, you're such a creep.
Wow, we're getting some
Fine.
of that. I'm not angry.
Nobody brought me wine. It's
where's my refill? Where's my refill?
I'm just going to keep it on Carmine's comment.
I just want to look pretty. Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier.
You're gorgeous.
No, my forehead.
Okay, wait. So we have questions for Kwame. Kwame, your friend wants to know. Yes, deep wallet and shallow values. Boom.
That's my friend. That's my friend right there. Deep wallets.
I'm so excited about going out on the town with Danity that I can barely stay here right now. I just want to.
You want to leave? I understand.
We're gonna burn it to the ground. So wait, the question is,
before we
say what you want, are you talking about what you want in a relationship, in another person, from yourself in a relationship? What is it you want? Like, that's a big broad thing. So let's talk a little bit more and get a little more information, if you don't mind, about how to know what the fuck you want.
Okay.
I would like to know. I'm just saying I would like to know.
Me?
Unless you have an answer. Well, yeah, let's ask you. I would love to hear this because you never talk to me about this shit.
I don't, because I don't like anybody.
Yeah,
I liked one person. It went on way too.
Oh no, you mean like sexy stuff. Okay.
I love you. I love you like crazy pits, USA. And before we get yammering on, Jackie and I are still new friends. We're just coming up on our year anniversary.
Is it a year?
Wow.
I thought it was just before the 3-month term, the 3-month cutoff. I thought I had like another week to flush this thing.
You do, but we were texting and stuff before I went home in March.
Yes.
And it was like, I'm going home. And I'm like, okay, great. And then when I was home, you were like, hey, like I just checking in. And we didn't really know each other. And you knew what mom was going through, but you just kind of checked in. Let me tell you something. I've known people for over fucking 15 years who haven't yet asked how my mother is.
Mm.
And I mean, you and I hadn't even seen each other in person to talk. I'd seen you come in and yell, but I hadn't seen you say, hey, Billy, you want to grab a drink? Oh, all right. There was none of that. But that wasn't until later, till 2020. Yes, David.
Thanks, Dave.
That's what I was talking about, too, about last time you were out on LGAB. For those of you who don't know what LGAB is, Lesbian Gay Advisory Board. Jackie was just sworn in as our newest member. I have been a member for about 2 years. But when I posted it, people were saying, congratulations, because no one knows about it. It's one of my main points of contention on the board. How do we get more people to know about us? Because because I want to be an advocate for whatever people need. And Jackie was out a few weeks ago, which is what I brought up earlier, and we talked about security in West Hollywood. Right? Which I really think I'm going to spearhead that and we're gonna spearhead that because I don't do anything by myself. Because I mean, do you want to tell a little bit? I mean, I don't want to like out your story about when you were out.
This isn't an expose. Calm down. So I will say that no, I'm kidding. So it was like the first night back. I don't know if anyone here has gone out yet, like had a night on the town yet, like out, whatever. So we went out for our first night out yet. And of course, I immediately drunk texted Billy, which he didn't get, and didn't get that transmission. But we were out, and it was all socially distanced and all. And they did. I have to say, like, I won't say where we were because I don't want the.
No, we're not doing that.
What happened didn't happen at this place, and they did a great job. And also, our businesses are struggling, and our queer spaces are struggling. So let's not mention names. Let's just forgive for the moment. Right. So we were out in a place in WeHo, and they did a fabulous job. It rhymes. I'm kidding. They did a fabulous job, and the night was going great, right? But these places have like limitations on how long you can be there, which is good because quite honestly, let me just say this. I don't know if anyone else has struggled with the idea of going out because once I knew things were opening even minimally, like, I mean, I know so many, I've just been itching, right? Part of me is like, I don't ever want to go out again. And I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And then part of me is like, I am crawling I walk by Akbar, which is here in Silver Lake, and just tear, like, I'm not kidding you. I can't even deal with the fact that Gold Coast closed. Let's not even talk about it because I will fucking cry on this thing. Yeah. But so like, I'm itching to go out and just have a twirl. Mama wants to sip in a twirl. We all know. And like, this is great, but it ain't that. So, but I was struggling and I realized like when I was thinking about going out, I had this like super pressure of, well, who do I ask? Because people are going to be shitty. I was like, are they going to be like judgy? Are they going to be like, because I don't want to hear it, first of all, right? Like I haven't left the house in ages. Yeah. I literally carry Lysol. I have gloves and hand sanitizer. I mean, it's everywhere. It's like everywhere in the house. So there's no.
Wait, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. No, we can't. You did something. You fucked up something. No, you hit it now. You hit a button. Fix the button. There it is. Throwing hand sanitizer. That could have been lube in a rubber glove. We don't know your life. We don't know you, madam.
Justin knows what it was, but I'll tell you this. That was a throwback for anyone that was at the 40-minute pre-show.
You're just brilliant. You're just brilliant. You know what you're doing.
I mean, every Tuesday at about 9:30, I hit my groove. But I realized like I was having this like super PTSD about like going out and like not only the fear of like, oh God, once I put a toe in a public setting, I'm going to get this thing, but also who do I even ask? Right. And then I realized that like a lot of my friends are super judgy and they're going to tell you about everything. They're no scientists. I can tell you that. They're no doctors.
Wow.
But they're going to tell you what's up.
Right. So, they're the smartest barista going. Go on.
they're the most intelligent person in my comment threads. So like these people, I know they're going to have a lot to say. I was like, oh, I don't want to deal with any of that shit. So I don't want to invite that person. Yeah. But then I realized like, who would I invite? And I'm like, all the friends that I know without a question would meet me if I texted them right now, as in now at 9:31 on a godforsaken Tuesday in March.
Let's hit
I'm heading out. Without a doubt, they would meet me. But also, those are my shit show friends. They're my best friends, but they're my shit show friends.
Right, they're up for anything. Yeah.
So I can't trust that they're not going to be hopped up out of their mind, and that mask is going to come right back down. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know if anyone else is dealing with like the weird, bizarre fear of like wanting to go out anywhere or admitting they're going out places. And like, even if it's responsible and you're doing all the things, I don't know.
Yeah. That was on my list too, a little about I think what it is for me in the moment is the pictures. Like there's a lot of people like taking a picture and I'm like, I don't want to know where you are.
Yeah.
I don't but we have to show everyone everything we're doing. I mean, I didn't know you were out. You didn't post any pictures.
No,
You
of
didn't
course, I'm not a psycho because I know when I'm going to get. And also, like, there's no need. It's not the time. Like, it's not the time to be like doing any of that.
Right. I get it. That's why the people. But again, I wonder what's in your head that you need that nonstop validation and like.
Right.
I'm just
But
kind
we
of
didn't even take any photos because we never got that close. We literally like did all of the stuff.
Yeah.
And we're in a space that allowed us to be distant and with our own like hub of people, the people you're with.
Yeah.
And that we're with all the time.
Yeah.
But like, so we went out and within minutes of leaving this safe bubble hub, we wandered to another establishment. And the security guard, which is back to your thing, the security guard was a little bit arrogant, a little bit straight, and I think a little bit racist. I'll just say we can leave it at straight and arrogant if that's everyone's comfort level.
And condescending, which I love that.
Oh. We walked up and we just said, hey, we're just trying to get, I'm not really sure. And here's this guy. Okay. What's going on? Where can I help? I was like, okay, why don't you just say you failed the police exam? Why don't you just start with that? That's evident.
No lies detected. Go on. That's
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm 4'11" and your chest is puffed.
Yeah.
I'm also the only person here that will shin kick you. So I'm not sure why we're doing this now, but it was so aggressive and so unnecessary. And I was just like, bro, like, and then it occurred. Like you and I had a conversation and I was like, I think any straight people, and Dave, I'd love to hear your opinion because you're probably the only straight thing in this zip code and on this feed. Wow. But like, I think that it's straight people working. Oh, see, here's Dave. Dave was a doorman back in the day.
Oh, see, okay.
He's going to be our tour driver. He was the door guy. Like he gets it.
He's sold. I don't even need to see a resume.
Dave is hilarious.
Straight, but is it just straight? Do you think? I know you're not singling out just straight.
I am. I'll single out straight people. I'm not going to apologize for that. I will, and I'll tell you what.
But I think it's anyone in a position of power. Like
anyone is also like you're a security guard. Relax yourself. Like let's remove the term position of power from someone that's working a door at a club. But also, when we're hiring now, do they have a job? Absolutely. Yeah. Do they have a job that should be respected while they're doing it? Of course. Yeah. Are they position of power? This is what everyone assumes, and this is what they assume.
Yeah.
You're here to make sure no one underage sneaks in, and that sloppy bitches getting an Uber. That's basically it as far as I understand it. So not sure what the power play is there, but I'm glad you used that phrase because there is a definite position of power, like an assumed power. And I'm like, you've got a t-shirt that says security. I don't know what we're like. That's.
I can go to Salvation Army down on Beverly, get a whole bunch of them for a whole bunch of us. We walk around security. No one's got no.
By the way, of course you would go to the Salvation Army on Beverly. Let's just move forward. So, all of it. So, but we agree that like when you're working in these spaces, I think, yes, if you're working in this space, you should have some kind of like training and understanding and intersectional training, right? Because there's all kinds of issues. Specifically, the starting point of this, it's two parts. It's racism, which is just, hi everyone. Hi grandma, it's everywhere, right? We know that. So there's that. And there's, Alex, oh my God. Hi.
Hi,
Power to gatekeep. Yes. Okay. Alex, you need to dial into the show right now and bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Because I'm going to send you this because I would love for you to chat about this because it is so wildly accurate. You probably are exhausted and don't want to do it, but I'm going to send it to you. Because that's exactly what it is. It's gatekeeping, right? This is how people continue to stop people from having access. And I happen to feel that if you're working in a space, in a community space, specifically with queer folks, that you have a responsibility to understand how to engage with the queer community. And quite frankly, they don't.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. You're literally, I know you don't need to hear you're right, but you are correct.
I always need to hear that I'm right.
Well, you are absolutely right. And I think that it's something that I never thought about. And I know we talked about this too, which was one of those, there's so many levels to this, which I find so fucking interesting because when Jackie was telling this story, I was like, oh my God, really? Really? And then Jax is like, listen, your perspective of going from club to club is so different from the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think of it that way. And of course, which leads me to another thing, which we're not going to get into right this minute, is that I don't want to say entitlement because I hate that word and I don't feel like I'm entitled. I just feel like my view of everything, fuck off, for starter. I will come for you so quick. But I'm like, oh, is it? Because I just go wherever I want, but that's the luxury I have. I never really think about it, which is, but when Jackie said this to me, I was like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. Like, I don't see it because it's not a problem for me. So the problem must not exist. And that within itself is a part of our world that people like myself need a minute to be like, oh, you know what? That is a problem. I wasn't aware of it. It's not my problem, but it is a problem, which brings us back to LGAB. Because because I want with Jackie as well. And I think, wouldn't it be amazing if West Hollywood was the leader in security, having some sort of training in, like, how to talk to trans people without being offensive? Because that I witnessed and didn't even know, if it's a straight guy that is an asshole to only gay people, then I mean, probably in the closet. Get me his number, Dave. Jackie, can I go pee again?
Yes, go pee. But this is why Dave Polino is a lifer for me. So, like, just
I'm all about it. I'm all about it. So, sign him up, get him on the trailer. I'm done with it. Can I pee and you'll wrap this up and make it sound tighter? Make it sound like more smarter? What I was just yammering on about?
Yeah.
I'm leaving like mid-sentence.
Go pee. I like to just do your earrings.
I can't.
Earrings. We're going to talk about earrings when you get back. So hurry it up.
These were my dead grandmothers. These were Nana's.
No, we're going to go and come back and we'll talk earrings. Go. Bye. So Danity says security or undercover cops. Yeah, exactly. And look, at the end of the day, like, it's all work we have to do. So we have to figure out how to make it happen. And I think there's really good ways that we can work together to make it happen. So that is a community initiative that Billy and I are working on. I've already started a full program build out and presentation on it. So very excited about that. And I think August asked how Billy and I met. And that is a story for Billy to tell. He tells it better. So wait for him to get back about it. And Dave, oh yeah. I don't know how I haven't done it myself. I'm actually doing it down my left leg right now because I'm a professional and I won't leave the show, right? Like, we're on camera. You have to do it. Oh, no, don't you talk to us from the bathroom. Don't you do that. That's disgusting. You're a monster. What a monster. Who does that? Oh, Danity. See, I've been fully vaccinated for a month. Half of my I still wear a mask. Yeah, exactly. I'm going Friday and I'm nervous and I'm excited because I've got, for my work and then I've got travel coming up, whatever. Kettle One, there it is. Mother's milk, we call it.
Spanish. I love it. Leche de madre in Spanish.
We call it here on the show.
But yeah, I love it. I love what you were saying. I heard you while I was peeing about. I think that would be amazing for the community. Why wouldn't we want August? I swear to God, I'm gonna tell a story. But why wouldn't we want our spaces, that security work? Why wouldn't we want it to be cozier? Why wouldn't we want to teach them better how to de-escalate situations, even and be like, okay. And not
but it's not even just de-escalate, right? Like it's the reality is that when first of all, we're losing queer spaces left and right. We need our queer spaces. We need spaces to be and be free, right? Done. Now, done like on the end all be all gross. But anyway, you get my point. So, but like we're losing these spaces. We need these spaces. But it just shocked me that I haven't been out in so long. And I remember I went, oh, this. God, I forgot about this.
I don't even want to.
And what I'll say is I do love about you that because I'm like, you don't know. You get flown in on a helicopter VIP to the back door and you're mainlining vodka. How would you possibly know what people are dealing with in the line and what's going on at the front of the venue? You don't know. But I will say this. What I love about you is that you are honest. And you're like, you know what? I have no clue what goes on out there, right?
That's right. So,
and I love that about you because, it's just a different experiences. But so many people don't want to think about what someone else's experience. What someone else's experience is. Oh my God! So I'm here for this.
welcome. I love it.
Oh my
Okay.
God, so good.
Yeah.
Everybody's here. This is getting crazy. So
Just found out it's hour 19. We're only just getting started.
yes, I won't even mention your official title, so you could just be here and enjoy and have fun with us.
I almost did, but okay, we're good.
Yeah,
But
and here's Alex. Boom. So here's the gem.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, we're losing our spaces, we need our places to be and to be free. And the reality is, when you're a queer person, you're going to be with your community. You're going to feel community. You're also going to be a wasted hot mess, but well, that's fine, right? Everyone here's had a Tuesday at noon. It doesn't matter.
It's true.
Today.
I know.
Today.
Yeah.
But when you walk into a space that's supposed to be a space for you, that is marketed for you and to you and claims to be all about you, and you are met with that type of bizarre, macho, straight bullshit that most people, most certainly gay men, have had to try to escape in high school and community, all these spaces. And this is what we have to get through to get to our community. It's a big problem.
Yeah,
it's a big, yes. It's a big Angie Miller. Angie Miller time, the queen of Snake. Oh my God, yes.
Okay, we're just getting started.
John knows I've had a Tuesday, no big deal. But honest to God, like that's the thing, we're facing it and we have to deal with this. But it's like, you're in our community, you're taking the queer dollar, you're in our space. You should come here serving this community. And that's not what I feel and I see our people experience when we're going out in these spaces.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Again, my view is different since I go everywhere, but there are security guards over the years who could talk to everybody and they knew people's names and they engaged in their job and did and if they were out of line or wound up, they'd be like, listen, and you listen to them because you had a relationship with them. But the folks who come in, sorry, you have to do it. I mean, literally, I know. I wish it wasn't anywhere.
Right.
We also talked a little bit about the way trans folks are. New segment. August, come on! I'm an old woman.
Lady.
Talking about the way the trans kids when they go to a bar and with their IDs, with however they identify. And then the security folks are thrown into an area. They're like, oh, this is something they'd maybe never thought about. So it's like, so you want to get angry at them. And then of course there's the whole cancel culture thing.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know. It's
well, I think there's a variety of things happening. And I'm going to pull up a question from Alex. I think it's an important conversation in two shakes, but I will say this. I think that here's the deal. And I said this to someone earlier today. I think the biggest way that we are broken as a society, the number one way that we are broken as a society is that it's only a problem when it's your problem.
Write it down, put it in your book. That's a good one.
People, they'll say they care, but the truth is you only and look, we've all been guilty of it. We've all, it's not an assignation to everyone else. This is, it's what our society is and has become and has developed to. So we are not that. And I love there's two comments are going to go back to back that I can't wait to unpack. So I'm very excited about what's happening.
Relationships we didn't even get to.
Well, you know what? I said spill the tea about the relationship and you don't want to give me nothing. So you're going to, so here's the thing. So I'm doing this by next step. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just, I'm just. By the way, this is hand sanitizer. That's where we are. Legitimate. This is hand sanitizer.
This is lube.
Oh, man. It's lube. But so like the reality is when you talk to a lot of people in the community, in the queer community, right? They will say to you, oh, we love everybody. Well, where do you love everybody? How do you love everybody? What does that look like? Right?
From a distance they do.
Oh, you love the people in your life. You love the people you know. And that's okay. Here's the thing. It's okay. We understand. It's not, no one's saying you're expected to come in, with the United Nations flag and you understand. No, just asking you to try to understand a different perspective, try to understand a different view. And I love everybody isn't enough. What that's saying, because that's bullshit. You don't even like half your family. So don't tell me you love everybody. We're not doing that. That is absolute and total utter bullshit.
Make it worse. Right.
And I think Angie's right. It's a lack of empathy. But so here are two comments that I want to go back on because I think they're super important. Okay. And so number one, here's Dave. And I mentioned this, or I touched on this earlier.
Yeah. If you know it's bad in Hollywood, imagine the poor people in the Bible Belt states. I can't.
Now,
and I think that to
we can't. And I think, good.
Well, when I'm hosting an event in a club and I can see how disinterested the audience is in a performer who's on stage, in what I'm saying and all that, and I say to them, take a look around. You can go to 7 or 8 bars right now. There are people in other states who have to drive an hour to get anywhere to see. Like, stop being such fucking dicks. And I call them out. I say gay people in the 70s were so much more fun than they are now because we're just such a bunch of assholes. But you're absolutely right. I can't imagine those poor kids, which I have a plan for that when this all opens again. But I'll tell you that because I have a whole plan with this whole Zoom stuff, incorporating it into live, what's happening live.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to do it. I know I'm going off the rails a little because of vodka, but I want to be able to do a drag show. We're doing a drag show in West Hollywood, and then we cut to a performance and that a performer is done somewhere else, and they're live, and they can say, hi, everybody. Hi, I'm in fucking, East fucking Chucklefuck, Cincinnati. This is like, welcome to, let that energy out and go back and forth so people can see that.
Right. And also, if Chucklefuck is a comedy club in Cincinnati, if somebody could just tell me who books it, that'd be fantastic. Fantastic.
When we do our comedy show, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I'd love to feature at Chucklefucks in Cincinnati if anybody can connect me. So here's the thing. Yes to all of that, but I will say this to Dave because I said it earlier.
Yeah.
What we want to do is say, oh, it's there and it's there, but it's not here. But we all know the truth is it is here. It is everywhere. And I have been to plenty of places in those areas across the country that are safe spaces, that are welcoming spaces for queer people, that are open spaces. Not all, it ain't everything, but we want to think that we've got put a stamp and put a bow on this situation here and that there's nothing to worry about. Dan Chucklefuck has a great Cobb salad.
That's for you.
I love it so much. But here's a great example. So Alex says, what's the difference between that and when I get called, I can't even say it, makes me sick, from a moving vehicle on the corner of Samo and Crescent Heights? From someone rolling through what's supposed to be a safe space for me. Absolutely. I think the difference, I don't think there's a difference, but I think like everyone has their experience, first of all. So like this is this experience and we can deal with, and this is this experience. I think that there have been, from my view, from what I have seen, a lot of homophobic incidents in West Hollywood in recent times. I'm on the apps and I get all the notifications, and there have been.
Yeah, I see. And
I think that's a question for the city. I think it's a question for the sheriff. I think it's a question. What are we doing about it?
Right.
And I think it's a question. Not a question I have an answer to in this. Yeah. Boom. There it is. Preach it out. Well, talk about it, Billy.
Well, no, I mean, as someone who has once or twice left a club after 2 a.m. because I dabble, and then I hear about someone getting mugged, someone getting gay bashed, and I'm like, I am one of those assholes who's like, where were they? What were they doing? Because I'm an advocate for being aware of your surroundings. I don't get blind shithouse unless I am surrounded by a team of people equipped to make sure I'm okay. Because I don't get that relaxed anymore.
Yeah, I am a team of people.
Thank you. I'm a team of people. Because I'm literally like, but I also was like, why aren't the sheriffs just out patrolling at that hour? And I don't mean driving their cars. I mean, why are they not parked on set? The bars are coming out. Just stand there. Just be a presence. Hey, are you okay? Just have that energy start to change. Like, we're out here. We're on San Vicente. We're over here. No, like, tolerance is never done, and we must. We literally all be better. I cannot tell you how many times I have got water for people. They didn't ask. I see someone in a club when I'm sitting on my perch, judging everyone. I say, this drunk bitch. I walk around, how are we doing? Here's a water. Here's a water. You need a water. Like, because you want, but I don't think as a community, we look out for each other like that. I don't think we do that.
Yeah. Many times, you know, I've seen women that I'm like, hang on. I've seen women in a public space and then seen a guy, look, I can spot it. I know damn well you don't know that man. And I've seen a guy like, oh, I'm just going to get her home. And I'm like, well, I don't know you. And I don't know that she knows you. And unless she can tell me she knows you, no one's going anywhere. And that's what we're going to do tonight. And that's it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this is what happens. And it happens in community. It happens to people. But I understand, like, that's also not always the smartest choice for people, nor the safest choice. So I'm not encouraging that. I'm just telling you my experience. But I've done that many times. And I've sat with people, you know, of all kinds of different people, and made them drink a water and sat and just distracted them, told them a story, tried to make them laugh while I'm getting them to drink water, and then making sure they get home, because it's a dangerous world. And yeah, you're responsible. But at the end of the day, we're all in it. We should all be in this together, or I don't know why we're here. I don't know what we're doing.
What's the point? No, you're absolutely right.
Well, first of all, John has a good point as well. That's valid.
Dude, I work my 3 hours in a row. I take my satchel of money home with me, and I'm in bed by the time Jesus is in bed. That's just who I am. Because not in my city. Yes, amen.
Damn right. Yes, I have no doubt, Alex. By the way, absolutely no doubt at all.
I'm going to buy a condominium in Clearwater. He won't want to go there, but I'm going to buy it for him anyway. Now listen,
Clearwater.
Is the past 4 years. Thank you. This could be applied to across the boards, and no one wants to say, because we let that get out of hand at the very fucking beginning.
Yes,
and I literally was like, what am I watching? And that's why I think there are all these cowards in Congress who are like, you're more concerned with keeping your position of power than you are with doing the right thing. And and I say Congress, but that applies to anybody. I don't care if you are separating pigeon shit from pepper. If you're not doing the right fucking thing, not in our city, Alex. That's right. I love it. Sorry,
can we talk about separating pigeon shit from pepper? How and why did we get okay, sip your vodka. Everybody relax. Danny, I was threatened in drag once and was told by bar security, well, look at you, you're kind of asking for it. Boom.
I never heard that. Oh my God. You text me right this fucking minute. I want to know exactly where and who. You're going to get me all wound up.
Right.
I've seen a lot of stuff. I do try to help. I really do. And I am very aware. This fucking queen at Pride a couple years ago. Oh my God, it's you. I was like, hey, do you remember me? I was fucked up a few years ago. You gave me water. I was like, well, you seem fucked up now, dear. You're touching my white mink. Like, so, but I'm like, girl, you know, but like, no, I don't remember. But I do try to be aware of people who, you know, they go off the rails. Are you leaving?
And I muted. I want to take these earbuds now. I don't want them.
I don't know why you're wearing them. No one asked you to.
Because you were on IG Live and it was all shitty earlier with the audio.
It was an hour and a half ago. You're bringing that up now? That was our backstage Instagram shit show. Yeah. Dave, you wish you could come hang around with me. You better calm down. Right. But bring the puppy. Bring the dog in that picture. There's yes, you're absolutely
100%, August.
That's because what has happened is this is not going to be popular. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, can't wait.
Okay. You have that group, and I can't describe them, but it's that group of gay men. Okay. And that is what the ideal gay man looks like. And I'm going to say that's the core group. And that core group spits out a whole bunch of energy. Now, I'm a fucking weirdo. I have always been a fucking weirdo. And I will tell you, I can be in the middle of that group and they're petrified of what I'm going to say or do. Yeah. And they are super nice to me. And they only became super nice to me once everyone in the whole fucking city knew who I was. But I thought to myself, oh, you fuckers are just worried. And that is the kind of homophobia that goes to my lesbian sisters. Because when I see girls in a club and they come in, and I can be there on a Sunday. It's all dudes, and I'll see some girls kind of like visiting town. They don't know where the fuck to go, and I'm
Yep.
like, "Hi, you're visiting. Welcome." And they're like, "Oh my god, is it that obvious?" I'm like, "Yes." But I engage. Sometimes they're like, "Oh no, we're good." But other times, is there a lesbian bar? I'm like, there isn't. There is not a lesbian bar. What do you? Let me get you a drink. But you try. Each of us as a person needs to make people feel comfy, and we don't. Most of it, we're out with our. Here's our friend. Pocket, 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 pocket.
Right.
And I really
I've always been that, like, I've always the one, like when I was in Connecticut, you know, at the gay bars there, which I'm tempted to just go home and open one because both of the gay bars in the town that I spent most of my time in are gone, and it's just it really hurts. But
same.
the reality is the bars there, we would go out, and there were some trans folks in the community that were new. I knew these folks as I had not known them previously. They come out, but I see people sitting. First of all, I don't like to see people alone. I don't.
What's up? You
I
okay?
don't like to see people sitting alone. So no matter who you are, if you're sitting alone, chances are I'm just going to come up and say hi. And immediately, if you don't want that, I get it, and I'm out.
Yeah. Yep.
Many times when people are in a bar setting in that kind of environment and they're alone, they do want to be engaged. Very rarely have I ever experienced someone alone in a bar and not having them engage with me, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And by the way, that takes many forms. I've had people, you know, I had one guy who I was like, hello, and he was just like, hey, and I was like, I feel like you're grieving and you're experiencing something, and if you want to talk about it. And he was grieving, and he was in pain, and he needed to cry and drink and talk, and I had time for that, so fine, you know. But very rarely are people in that situation just drinking alone in a bar that don't want to engage, and certainly they'll tell you if they don't, and that's wonderful. But I am always the person that's like, hang on, I'm going to talk to this person. I don't like seeing someone alone. Where people are lonely enough, they're sad enough, the world is hard enough. And so certainly when I would see this group of lovely women that I met, you know, back in the day, I remember being like, hey, and I was, you know, a radio DJ then and all this, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, hey, I'm Jackie, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh, hey, like no one spoke to them. They came in and they just were not engaged. Right. And I was like, well, that's not happening on my time. So like, I don't get what they were doing tonight, but this is what we're now doing. Yeah. And I was like, I'm Jackie. Now you know me, which means now you know everyone in this bar. And I brought people around and we all talked, and then everybody got to meet. And then suddenly everybody was out on a regular basis. And I still, you know, communicate with most of these wonderful folks and all. I mean, I communicate with every shit show I ever met, including myself. But
also true.
So like, you got to talk to you. I mean, there's so many, but honestly, like, just engage people. Just talk to someone. If you're not, oh wait, John, that's okay. First of all, the kid says,
Jackie, it's true. I would not be able to handle that. She's, See, I know.
Because why not? Like, what else are we going out for?
But now I'm going to tell you something too that I've learned. LA Club Bars and Marketplace. If people didn't arrive with you, they aren't trying to talk to you. It's so weird. And I'm telling you, and Z's right on what I was going to say, literally. People say, oh my God, why do you get to host everywhere? Why do I get to host everywhere? Because I talk to everyone. I don't talk to just my friends. I mean, I do obviously talk to them too, but I see these queens now who think that their job is, when I hire hosts, I'm like, do you know how to work a room? The first job I ever had was work a room. What does that mean? It means you better talk to every single fucking person in this bar. And that people are like, oh my God, you get to work everywhere. Do you know why I get to work everywhere? It's not my makeup. It's not my drag or my wigs. It's because I engage so many fucking people. And I still do. And I really, that is the one part of nightlife that I miss, because I see people and I'm like, and I engage with them, and we talk. We were visiting, and they're like, I'm like, I remember you visited from somewhere else, like, and I don't remember shit. But when I'm in that energy mode, I'm like, boom, and I'm having a ball, because I feel like as a kid growing up, there weren't these spots for us, and I went to parties and stuff, but I was like, okay, now it's like, oh girl, you're the belle of the ball. Oh, she's lying, and she's also.
Thanks, Janity. Thank you.
She's. That is so hurtful on so many levels, bitches, because your glasses from Costco still have the reflective lenses.
I know. I have to do a whole light and a reflection thing. I haven't had the
I
time.
know. I work
with the brother for 72 hours. God almighty.
You know what? No one's angry. I think if the takeaway from what we're talking about is that each of us is that person who's like, hey, like, and it's fear of it. Yeah, it's true. See, I don't have that. 'Cause I love it's only getting worse. It's true. Kwame,
It is
it's
true.
because there's this the whole time. I don't do the apps anymore. It's too toxic. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll stop looking for you on it. All right, Alex, I'll stop trying to cyber stalk him. I'll have to just do it on YouTube, I guess. It comes with me. Yeah, it's true. Look, yeah, you think I'm with you. I mean, but when I did drag years ago at FUBAR, oh my God, I was just the biggest weirdo. Everyone just thought like this fucking weirdo. Now they think it, and of course I did. I work, but I worked only at one bar, but that was my jam. I just couldn't, and I still haven't stopped doing it, and I don't
Right.
intend to. But
I think the point about gay clubs in WeHo being intimidating for gay men who don't fit the stereotype and the prototype, I'll be honest, like I absolutely know gay men who I would be like, oh, meet me in WeHo. And they were like, oh, I don't really go to WeHo. And I'm like, well, why? And they're like, oh, everyone's just so mean. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because like you, that wasn't my experience. I'm short, loud, and tattooed. They love me. I have no issues, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we have our different spaces for different reasons, but I have absolute men in my life who will not go out in certain spaces, and not blaming on WeHo. It's a lot of other areas that are the same thing about, but that just have that thing, and I understand it. And people will say, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I see you, right? I see how you are." When people walk in, we're in the same bar, okay? Yeah. We're both on the patio. I'm dropping it low. You're drinking, whatever you do, and someone walks in, and I see, and yet. What kills me is that so many people have tried to escape this. So many people have tried to avoid being judged, bullied, harassed, etc., and come here for something different. And yet, this is the best you have to offer people. Yeah. It's Leo, I swear to God.
Check that. Wow, he's really coming hard for that tattoo. When did you get that tattoo?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe. How long was your hair when you got that tattoo? I have that question.
Oh, I think I had hair then. Yeah.
I knew.
I had hair then. It was like maybe 8 years ago or so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. We've covered a lot. I have to pee again, obviously.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Final topics of the night, because she's on one now.
Last cocktail. This is my last cocktail because I can't.
Wow.
I don't drink out of pint glasses for this reason.
Except for when you do this show, because it's the only way. In fairness to you, it's the only way. How else would we survive it?
That's on you. I'm not muting this so I can yell from the bathroom if I choose to.
Oh, good, because that's your new show name. So.
Oh, I have to tell you a story about Carmine, too.
Okay, so does anyone have any final topics or comments that we can, or just wants to talk shit about Billy? I don't know. He's not here. I don't care. He doesn't like he can hear me. Can you hear me? No, go for it.
Kwame had a question.
I got a nice. Oh wait, Kwame. Was it Kwame you said?
Kwame had a question about relationships. I'm going to answer it.
Oh, so Kwame had a question about relationships, and the question was, and of course Kwame refused to give me any more info. I asked, it's fine. Kwame said, "How do you know what the F you want in a relationship?"
I know we're doing. Kwame had the relationship question. August had the how did I meet you question. Kwame first.
It's Kwame. Okay. I don't know why you're saying Kwame like it's a sidekick on the it's like the niece on the Golden Girls episode that you're adding writing into the show.
You know why? Because I'm starting.
You're like, Kimmy wants to know about relationships. I'm going to tell you now.
My words. Kwame, I'm literally getting. I haven't had anything to eat since lunch,
and that was in 1974.
And that was just a Cobb salad I got from East Chucklefucks. That's how you do that, Danity. That's how I did that. Okay.
Comedy gold, Danity.
Comedy gold. How do people? there's this wonderful thing that I read once in a book. I only read a little bit about. It said often we find out what something is by
Oh, good night, Alex.
Good night, Alex, darling. Thank you, love. Sleep good.
We're gonna bring Alex on. He's gonna come on one of the shows. It's gonna be delicious.
I love it. Okay. You find out what something is by defining what it isn't. So it's like, what do I want? It's like, I don't know, but I know what I don't.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Like, really interesting. So you start to kind of go through, well, if I don't know what I want, what do I know I don't want? And it's like,
yes.
That's so I find with relationships, take me out when things reopen. I'm that. All right, Alex, I hope you like Europe. Okay. I mean,
deal.
Oh, maybe he was asking you to take him out.
No, he wasn't.
I assumed it was me because, I'm very popular.
Because you have the access. So let's be honest. It's not.
I used to. But
you have the good armpits, so it couldn't possibly be me.
Wow. But I find that for me,
I have a more Bouffant mustache. We'll get into it later. To go on.
Come on now. This is all gray. I didn't even pencil it in. I didn't care. But that's I don't know. I honestly, my friend Isabel, whose birthday it is, says, what do you want? I'm like, I'm just starting at 60 to figure out what that is. Because it's just like, I know what I don't want. I know feelings I don't want to feel when I'm around someone. I'm like, I don't feel good about myself when this and this is happening. Like, well, remember that then. Those are things to remember, not just like, remember that feeling so that you don't seek out that same, kind of situation again. I don't know why y'all are trying to end the show. Really. I see so much.
And then the Wine Fairy shows up. It's amazing how
Wine Fairy. I love it. Wine Fairy. That's beautiful.
I'm so blessed. Hashtag blessed.
All right. So August asked how Jackie and I met. Okay. Jackie and I, we actually have a lot of mutual friends. Yes, I'm going, August. I'm going right fucking now. No one's angry. Okay. So
everyone's angry.
We had a lot of mutual friends. Marna Deitch, who's also on LGAB, said, do you know Jackie? And I'm like, no, I know of her because of the billboards and the
Marna.
Marna, who I fucking love. But I didn't know who Jackie was. Before anyone had said anything to me, we were having an LGAB meeting. And I was sitting on the end of the table. The table is set up in a U, and I'm sitting here in the podium where public speakers can come in and talk. And I'm sitting there, and they're like, and then of course the meeting starts, and the co-chairs are like, oh, we have public topics, and they're like, Jackie Steele is here. Before they even say Jackie's name, she's on the podium and she's like, I'm Jackie Steele. And she says, and she's like, I think it was for trans. It was the trans awareness or something. You were like, the trans community, and I was doing this. I was holding on, like I was paying attention, like literally, like I was on Adderall. I was like, I'm here for this. What are you saying? I'll do whatever you want. Literally. And Jackie was like, thank you so much. I'm Jackie Steele. Good night. And then out the door. And I was like, what just happened?
I don't know how to not be on a microphone, so I literally was like, and just like exited.
But it was still another 3 months before we talked, and I don't remember how we initially talked. Maybe Instagram, when I said, "Hey, people have suggested," because I know Marta and I went out to talk about Rainbow Key Awards, and said, "Do you know Jackie?" I'm like, "No, I've really got to reach out to Jackie." And then I told Marta about Mom's breast cancer, and I was like, "I can't do anything. That's my mind is Mom right now. Everything else is I don't care about it." But we talked a little, and I said, "I'm leaving town for a week. I'll see when I get back." That turned into 3.5 months. But that's how we met. Because you're an incredible force of nature. And I don't want to change. I don't want to do anything different. I don't want to learn anything. But Jackie has made all of that so easy for me, who doesn't want to do any of those things. I hate everybody. But Jackie, and I'm learning things, and I'm like, oh wow. And there are little things, I said this last time too, that you can change about yourself to make the world better and make someone else feel as comfortable as you feel. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And that is the person Jackie Steele is. That and an asshole.
And a total asshole.
It's a real it's a double-sided coin, but I love it.
can tell you,
That's
I'm
how
sure
we-
how some folks would describe me today. All right, Kwame says it's good advice. Thank you. Always.
Kwame, I'm on it. Am I saying it right? Kwame.
Yeah. And I love that, by the way. I love that the idea of what you don't want, because I feel like the older we get, and not like the older we get, calm down, I'm spry. But I feel like the more you go through this journey battle of life, you do know what you don't want. I don't want to feel X. I love when you said I don't want to feel this way around people, because I think that that's so important. And I've been thinking a lot about this in all kinds of ways, right? Like, how do you make me feel? And also, why am I here?
Yeah.
And how do you make me feel? And how does this make me feel?
Yeah.
And so what are we doing with our time and energy? And I feel like now, and this time I'm going to clean my glasses while I talk.
Oh.
What the Rogers man would have done. I feel like now it's even more people are starting to think about how we spend our time, who we give our time to, and what the fuck we're doing there. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
I said to someone earlier today about something. I said, Marie Kondo would have chucked this out for me months ago. It brings me no joy. There's no joy here for me. Yeah. Why am I hanging on? Yeah. And I feel like the more you go through life, because I also don't subscribe at all whatsoever. I feel about the elderly. No, I feel about age on all ends of the spectrum. We were talking about the elderly before, and I said they can be assholes too. And then in addition, I saw someone post recently like, oh, if you were born before 1993, I don't want to hear your opinions about gay rights. And I was like, well, you're dumb as shit because you're missing valuable information. And also, who are you to say that? But so the reality is, like, you have this opportunity to engage with people in different age brackets and things. And I think that you should. I think you should get all these perspectives on things. And you should try to understand, where the fuck is everyone coming from?
Right. Well, just being open to that small thing is literally then takes you somewhere else. It's amazing.
Why are we so close to it though? It's like, it's a control issue. It's a fear issue. It's a fear of change. It's a fear of learning something different.
It's like, oh God. It's like, listen, everything is going to change.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yeah. It's changing right now. It's like, just be open to that and not be so like, and I'm the worst. I hate change. I don't want, leave it alone. Just leave it. Stop. But it's not the nature of the beast. And it's like,
right.
Let it go.
But you're not who you used to be. We all grow. We all evolve. And it doesn't, but I don't, so back to that, I don't just subscribe to like, better because you're older, because I think that's insane and wildly untrue.
Right.
I don't devalue younger people, older people. I think there's value in everybody. I think just being around a toddler for a while brings us joy and information that we need. Yeah. I think being around a wonderful, storied elder person can give you such depth and value and learning. And I see this in community sometimes, because I do a lot of the different weird ass community shit. And I see what happens when an older person speaks.
Yeah.
And there's a silencing, there's a get to the point, and it's like, well, hang on a second. Number one, you don't get to the point so well yourself. So calm down with trying to rush this person. Let's get clear. Yeah. But also, okay, let everyone have their moment and their time to express. So they may position it differently, take a little longer, whatever. Let them have that time to express and stop worrying about how you're receiving the information and receive the information.
Take a minute. Take a goddamn, and we don't, but we're taught to like, let's go. And I find myself doing it with my parents, and I'm like, calm down. But again, it's being open to listening to what they're saying and learning from that. It's true. Even a little, even a fraction of that, it's like makes such a difference to people. Right. But it's people don't want to. People don't want to. And in what Kwame was,
don't want to, and I'll say this because I know I'm the eternal optimist, which is disgusting. And as much as I hate everyone, you'd be shocked. But I genuinely feel, and I think August was saying earlier that was it August? It was fear-based, just fear, right? Like the reality is, I don't think people don't want to I think it's a fear of letting go. It's a fear of not having control of a situation.
Yeah, I'm with you on all of those things. I hear news and I'm like, how's it affecting me? Oh God, how can I get around this? It's like, oh my God,
Right.
who cares? You could literally be hit in the head with a gargoyle tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Calm down.
And you might, so be careful.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Well, you know, I'm using the same mason that Anita Baker has at her house. So they're doing some wonderful stonework on my house here.
Thank you so much.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to brag about my mason, but he is, you know, what can I say? When you have your own stoneworker, don't you? Who does that brickwork behind you? I love cocktails. Do you know what else though?
If I told you who laid this brick, you'd say everybody. And I'll tell you,
I can't.
Anita Baker is one of my personal. This is where we get drunk and sing to each other, and you're all just here now. Oh, wait, the Kia called it out. It's a Death Drop name drop. Death Drop name drop.
I have so many famous friends. It's a bit of a nightmare. I mean, okay, you know what?
So whenever Billy does a name drop, we call it a death drop on the show. By the way, sometimes we actually do have an actual produced show, but life's a mess right now, so take the ride. Yeah. I just can't. I've like literally, I had one brother in surgery last week for a fucking tumor. I had one brother in, I don't even think I told you about that, but well, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's fine. But, and another brother with, you know, in the hospital. I mean, life is crazy as shit. And we're all doing 800 things. So like, this is what it is at this juncture. But I will say this, Billy will not get through 20 minutes without doing a death drop name drop. Okay.
Wow. It's hurtful. It's true. But it's like, you don't want me, just because I have a lot of, you know, friends from, I don't know what commoners call us, but I mean, it's a, you know, I don't know what words you use, but I mean.
I went over to Billy's house and he said, this is a teacup I got from Lauren Bacall. And I believe it because I've met you and I've seen you in these spaces. If people hadn't seen you in these environments, they wouldn't believe it, but I have. And it's psychotic.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I don't even want to get into it. When I used to work styling, I did styling for about 2 years when I got out of the clubs for a minute. I said, in a minute. I did styling. And I worked under a lot of, you know, bigger stylists, and I was their assistant. But I was still me. And they all said the same thing. You treat everyone the same. You talk to celebrities and craft services exactly the same. I'm like, I don't. Literally, everyone works for me. That's what's going on in my head. And I'm literally like, let's go. What are you doing? Come on. And they're like, but I never had a problem because the organicness of being yourself it transcends time and space. Do your own thing. Yeah. And I really do that. And it is one of my favorite things about myself. So there's that.
Well, also everybody, thank you for telling us what you like about yourself. I'm glad we got to that part of the show. I think everybody loves
Rainbow Key Awards nominations. Don't. That's so close.
Well, we have to wait till after and then we can do it. But I will say this, like, people love your confidence. And by confidence, I mean absolute sheer bravery. And I'll say you're a hero as well. No, because I'm being such a sarcastic.
I love it. I love it so much. This weekend, I made tacos on Saturday, and was this award-winning makeup artist who really wants to help with my makeup in a nice way. And he said, I just want to show you, and there's people over, there's 5 of us outside where, you know, had dinner, all outside for tacos, but whatever. Said, I just want to show you a way to how to work with your brow. And I said, I thought I was. I thought I was. And everyone is roaring because, you know, which we're gonna do. I am gonna have him come do my makeup and show me some stuff.
Well, I called you earlier and said I don't know how to apply rouge. I'm at the point of life where I should be able to apply some rouge, and this isn't it. It's not happening. It's not right.
What did I say to you? What did I say to you?
You said no one says rouge, but I'm just telling you, I don't know how to do it. I don't.
It's always higher. It's supposed to be up in here, I think.
Oh, it's not. It's not.
It's not.
It's a whole. But I'll say I'm doing a photo shoot on Saturday, so I was going to see if you would do my makeup, maybe.
I don't know how to do makeup.
I thought you did.
Look at me. How do I know how to do makeup?
I think it looks great. I know 700 makeup artists, and they're going to be like, why would you ever? That's so disrespectful. But I just thought, mainly I thought I could come to your house and drink and try to put on eyeliner. That's really the truth of what I'm suggesting.
That you can do all day long. That you can do all day long. No,
but I'm getting you headshots on Saturday because
Headshots? Why? Is that still a thing?
In case, I don't actually know. I don't know.
Listen, you and I are writing our own ticket this year, darling. You and I have a lot to do. Once things open up and we start doing live shows, get out of the way, universe. Because we are going to literally be streaming and going to clubs and doing, because I told you I'm getting back into doing stand-up, which was the first thing I ever did. Drag was never my plan. I didn't plan drag. But I do love stand-up is a unique opportunity to talk to a crowd of people.
Oh, it's raw. Yeah.
It's raw. That is the word. I am my happiest when there's a microphone and a light and a room, and that's it. And I just do my thing.
Insulting.
Right. Headshots. Yeah. Why are we headshots? We can do those ourselves. I feel like.
Because I only have like self-done ones, and I like them. Thank you, Danity. Mostly me. But I think that like people, you need.
Yeah. I only had. It's hard to do. Well, thank you, August. And that, let me tell you, the wealthy part has gone out the door. And it's so, I don't get a stimulus check. I can't even get them to give me a new EIDL loan because they said, we have no record of you. What do you mean? You're taking money from me every month. It's a nightmare. But when
she can't get stimulated, we have a very big problem. That's all I'm going to say. It's a big issue.
I'm just trying.
It's a community concern.
Well, it's true because, I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but Kevin Bacon started making wind chimes out of repurposed furniture. Just like the coils of like beds, old beds and chairs and like. Oh, no, don't stay here. They're not that much money. And I'm just dying. Because
are there pictures of him dancing on them? Because if not, I'm not interested.
Because I was on a group text with Kira Cedric and a bunch of other people. Kevin's making wind chimes again. I was like, man, I did right again. Like, I didn't. How would I know he's making?
The only reason I do this show is because Billy at some point is going to get drunk and drop so many names.
No, I don't want to.
It makes me not want to cry myself to sleep. That's it. That's the only reason. That's why I'm here. You can see I don't dress for it. I mean, this is, by the way, if anyone can tell what these earrings are, you'll get a special prize. Do you see?
Is it yin yang?
Don't be disgusting.
Right. Welcome to Redondo Beach, 1997.
It's the real life yin yang. Come on, calm down.
I can't see that far. Oh wait, it's a person. Oh my God, it's I know what it is. I'm not gonna say anything. But I do have.
Can anyone guess it? Can anyone guess it?
Anyone who gets out, I'll send them a sticker. I have stickers that say "Kiss My Art," and you can put them. They're not big; they're very small. But there's stickers that I have. We can send it to you. Death drop number.
That was a death drop number 2. Thank you, Danity. Well, thank you. That's what goes on here. That's what goes on.
Are we getting out of here soon? It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, let's get out of here. You've got one guess. Oh my God, Kwame got it!
Wow. Kwame, I'm going to send you stickers. I'm going to get your address. I'm going to put it in an envelope with a card. And I'm going to send you some stickers right here from the house.
Yeah. I'm going to see Kwame Saturday as well. So yes, my earrings are Hall & Oates because I'm a fashionable lady and I like to represent.
Those are amazing.
This is the portion of the night where I go and drink and listen to Hall & Oates. So I thought, tonight, winner.
Winner. I love it.
Winner. All right, let's wrap this bitch so I can just hang up and call you anyway. And
are from my grandmother. She was buried with them.
Here we go.
And that's comedy. Write it down. It's going in the show. It's going in the show. Oh my Lord. Tonight was really cute.
When they said gold digger, we had no idea. No idea.
All of my grandparents are dead, and I cannot tell you how happy I am. The grandfathers I wish were alive because they were wonderful. The grandmothers they worked my nerves. And if you think I treated them any differently than I treat anybody, you're crazy.
Billy is a costume jewelry digger, and that's the sad part. It's a different type. It's a different type.
I did want. Never mind. I'm too drunk to. I gotta go. Your wine's done. We're going. I was gonna tell a grandmother story, but I'm not going to now because it's too late.
Save it for 2 weeks from now, everybody. At 8 p.m. on the 6th, we'll be back when Billy's back on Facebook and we have viewers.
We're doing great. I love our group. Everyone is so interactive here.
No, everyone interacts so much every week, and thank you for being here because we hate everyone. So it's lovely that you people are here. I mean, there's so few people we actually
literally. We've got a baker's dozen of good eggs here. That's what we have.
We've got a baker's dozen. He doesn't know what that means. So we're going to go, and we thank you for being here.
I have an egg allergy. I can't eat them.
He thinks it means donuts and vodka, everybody, but we appreciate all of you so much.
True.
Oh, Conrad, thank you for being here. Thank you.
Oh, Conrad, I love you. Good night. He's on the East Coast.
Yeah, Dave Polino's on. Dave's like, I gotta go. I've got kids after work tomorrow. What am I doing?
Bed. Go to bed. Go home.
All right, go to bed. Good night. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.